So we gotta. I'm trying to see what you guys do for time management, other than Nate, because Nate is just as bad as me, even though he acts like he's not. What do you guys do for time management?
Man, honestly, I think we're all on the same boat. I mean, I suck at it too. Being a mom and then having clients and, having like all these things going on at the same time. I'm like, dude, I need like an extra 24 hours in my 24 hours day. Like it's crazy. I've gotten to the point that honestly, if I don't put it in the calendar, if I don't write it down, it's not gonna, like get done.
Well, that is so. I think a salesperson's time management, is never really on point. It's really tough for a salesperson to have really good time management. But I don't have horrible time management.
Would you say I have a horrible time management?
I mean, I don't want to start putting you down on camera, but
do it.
There's some people that have no perception of time. That's a different subject. See, Vick feels like he could get to Houston from his house in 20 minutes. Okay? And that just doesn't happen, Vick's literally in the shower saying, "Hey, I'm right down the street." So that's like just that's something else. That's not time management. But yes, it's tough for you to get time management.
That's I'm sorry I was late. I didn't want to come. So.
Yeah. Sorry I'm late. I didn't want to be here. But no, it's tough for time management whenever you're sales because your time kind of revolves around whenever your clients are off or out, and a lot of times you really can't dictate when you're going to see your clients, because they're the ones that'll cancel on you on the last minute. They're the ones that'll change your plans, So you kind of start, and that was actually something that I was taught years ago, right? When I got into real estate, they were like, never set appointments, at a specific time. Always say, hey, does between 1 to 2 work for you, and between or you always do. It would say, what's good for you? Early, early mornings or evenings, afternoons. That they always told you to be more vague with your time because it's impossible for you to keep a schedule. Now, even whenever you have multiple clients and you're showing properties, right? I remember, I can show a person a property and we'll walk in and out, and I'll show 3 properties like that, right? But then you get that one client that wants to stay there and everything. Watch it, and you walk it and do everything that a first time home buyer does, and then you've eaten up a whole hour. Sometimes you even go out over your hour. That's happened to me before, especially when and then you drive to the next place, and I always say don't ever try to schedule something with 2 clients in one day. It's almost impossible in Houston, not anywhere else, just in Houston because of the traffic. We don't know what it's going to be, but. Yeah, there's a difference between time management and just a gross, disrespect and disregard for time.
And you believe that's what I have?
I mean, you're trying to bait me into some kind of argument with you, bro. But I mean, I don't even got to tell you. I mean, you know.
I think it's. I mean, even though we're probably bad at time management, I think it's super important though. Like whenever you're trying like to grow as a salesperson as well, I think it's super important for you to kind of, see where you're at and the things that you have to accomplish within the day, within the week, on your time to be able to get like to the next goal or whatever.
I agree with that.
Within these last couple of years, I've definitely gone through a lot of changes in my career, and there's I feel like 2 different, and this business has been fun, right? Because I'm in a different career path than I was when I first started in it, right? As you're just a regular realtor and you're dealing with all the issues of a salesperson, and then versus the position that I'm in now. But when I first started, I was really bad with time management, and a lot of it was my own like twisted way of thinking. And it was. I used to be in new home sales, or when I used to be at the builder, And I confidently felt the longer a client waited on me, the more interested they were in the property, and my closing ratio went up. And I attributed that to an actual sales technique, which states that the more time you spend with a client, the higher your closing ratio becomes, right? Every and I forget the math now, but I think it was like every 20 minutes or every hour you spend with a client, there's a certain percentage of your closing ratio was supposed to go up. So I always felt if I could keep them there when I would go, it'd be easy. Now, these are dirty sales secrets, right? This is probably what makes you feel like a dirty sales guy at times. I think that when I would get there, my clients would be so fatigued that they literally wouldn't even give me objections. They would be like, bro, like I was waiting so long. I'm like, bro, this is beautiful. And they like wouldn't even know what to say. I'd get them so excited. They just buy, like they were just ready to go eat and they were tired. So that's how my sales career started. And as I got better in sales, and like I said, I feel kind of hypocritical thinking about it. And maybe it is, maybe it isn't. If I implement these things, it's not hypocritical, right? Am I successful every day? No. But what I do now is that I pre-plan my day the night before. And something is like things that take a lot of time out of me, which is like picking my outfits, right? Or even like if I decide to wake up in the morning and I want to shave or I want to do something different, I try to get those things done the night before. Try to pick my outfits the night before, try to pre-plan my schedule, and give myself that range. So when I set up my appointments in the morning, I'm already going. Something that I've also done is that I don't set any appointments until I get to the office. So I don't promise people that I'm going to be there at a certain time until I get to the office. I'm out of my house, away from my family, away from all the responsibilities that I have at home. So I don't set those appointments until I get to the office now. Really tricky, right? Because our offices aren't close to our houses all the time.
Yeah.
But once I get out of that house and I get into that car, that's when I start scheduling my appointments. That's when I'm able to really, okay, I can get here. I look at the map. Now I'm not waiting. Now I'm not hoping to get there in 20 minutes. I know, hey, I'll be here at whatever time. What that has taught me is I've gotten a lot better at my time. Somebody asked me just yesterday, what time are you going to be here? And it was like 8 o'clock. And I was just doing the math. And I was like, oh, I got to go home. I got to drop my kids. I'm going to be 45 minutes from here. Then I'm going to take 20 minutes getting ready. Then I got to go over here. Then I was like, okay, I'll be there 11 o'clock. And I ended up getting there right at 11:03. So pre-planning my day.
Was it the first time that
route.
you get there on time?
No, I was still late. So no. But what I will say is I'm really disappointed in Jovani, and I will publicly say this. Jovani has never been late to any one of my appointments, ever. And really leaned on him to be on time for a couple appointments with his new client that we're landing. Brand new client, we don't know them, have zero rapport. We're trying to make a good impression, and my boy showed up late twice in a row. Unprecedented, right? I mean,
you can use words that
I know what it means. I cannot pronounce it. It's the
That's different. If you can't pronounce it, you can use it.
Wait, hold on. If you can't pronounce it, you can use it.
Yeah, I'm trying. I read it in the
Effort
book.
counts, bro. Effort counts.
So very different for Jovani. Didn't expect this. So I'm going to ask you, Jovani, have our bad habits, especially Nate's bad habits, rubbed off on you after a year in a
How
podcast?
is that my bad habit?
No, that was strategic on my part because I had a great analogy that I used with them. I brought up 6ix9ine in the and they liked it. These are older guys. They want to
did
feel
not
like they're
it.
hip. I gave them their youth back.
No, so this is the thing. Jovani was late to this meeting and then brought up rap in a meeting with people that clearly do not even know what rap is.
You should see the way their face lit up because I thought that they were cool.
No.
I gave them their youth back. I gave them their youth back, bro.
Nate, would you feel disrespected or would you feel impressed?
I would. And
Well, yeah, but if I was to Nate something about Narcos, he'd be like, "Oh, awesome! This dude gets me."
He would be offended if he didn't know you.
I would, yeah. So the thing is this. You know what? You want to know?
I think it depends who.
You want to know something? Whenever people start talking about, to me about Narcos this and Narcos that, I do get offended. I'm like, bro,
Why?
Why? That's like stereotyping. That's like,
What do you see in me
that
But
want
you
to
like it,
start
right?
that conversation? No,
But you like it.
No,
said it is not a
and I
conversation.
especially hate whenever it's somebody just knows absolutely nothing. It's like oh my god, I want to go to Mexico because they're gonna kidnap me and my wife, and I'm looking at his wife like, nah, bro. You're all right.
That is
You're all right.
No,
Ain't not gonna happen to you.
that's
But,
a different conversation.
so listen,
I've talked to Nate about this, and I thought it was funny hearing it from him. And he said, and I'm maybe putting a little too much of his business out there, but he goes, "Have you ever actually looked up these narcos?" Have you actually look how they look? And he goes, why would they think that I look like those people?
I know.
He's like, they're like,
yeah, I'm serious. Like,
he's like, they're like ranchers.
Probably have-
they're ranch hands. They're like freaking. I mean, like, bro, I'm like 6 foot tall. You know, like. I said, I don't even know. I don't know how they would even think I'm that. You know. But no. So back to what I was saying, right? I don't have those bad habits, and if Jovani was trying to sell me something and came and showed up late, I would be upset. But you see, the thing is this, right? And this is what I try to tell everybody. I'm at a different level, right? Like, you should be waiting for me. If I'm late, you're waiting for me because I have something that I'm going to give you, I'm going to deliver, right? And so, or you have something that you want to sell me. So it's a little bit different for me being late. Now being, just totally, 3 or 4 hours late, or just saying, hey, somebody's waiting for you for an hour, and then you call them and say, hey, I'm not going to make it. That's disrespectful. That's saying something.
I just don't agree on being late at all. I feel like if it's a minute late or not, I mean, it's out of the conversation, but if it's like I'm, messing with your time. Like, I need to show respect for your time, because if my time is valuable, I mean, so is yours.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And let me reinforce, when I used to make my clients wait, they weren't set appointments. There were people that just were at my office.
Yeah, I'm talking about like when I set up appointment with my clients. That's a different story. I'm on time. I'm on time with them. I'm on time with something that I want. That if I'm trying to convince you, if I'm trying to close you, if I need money from you, for an investment, if I need something from you, then yes, I'm gonna show up on time. And if I have to wait for you, I'll wait for you. But with me, it's a little bit different with the people that meet me now. It's like, hey, you want a job from me. You want me to invest in this. You want me to do these things. So you should be able to wait for me. But once again, not, 2 hours, 1 hour later. I'm talking about like, 15, 20 minutes late, or hey, you know what? Come meet me over here. Let's change the location because I'm not going to be able to make it that side of town. So you see, it just I'm at a different, speed.
Well, you jumped in. I was trying to ask Jovani, what has influenced his change of behavior? Honestly, because I've never seen you late. I feel like that's something different.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
You think it was my bad influence or Vick's bad influence? He's blaming it on me. He's blaming it on me. He's saying that you're getting a bad influence because of me.
Well, that's on different things. People in Baytown say that too. No. So. My family says that too.
Did you get your?
I believe him.
Vick is confirming that. He said, Eddie, you're right.
Yay! Your time management has been affected by me or by Vick?
No,
just in general. How's your time management been affected since joining the business? Because you've never been late. You've always been Mr. Punctual. What was the situation there?
You scared me where you were going with that. No, it just so happened that day that's what happened. I like to be on time. As a matter of fact, I like to be early. It's where just coming from working 9 to 5 to what I'm used to. Yeah, that day I don't know what happened those 2 days. I wasn't there. And it wasn't super late. It was like 3 minutes, 5 minutes?
I don't know, but it feels super late. It feels super late when the meeting was already starting. Yeah, and mainly because you're expected to be there. So when you're not, it's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, but usually the way that I handle my, before, I don't like to be late, right? And I make a big point of it to not be late. I'm super punctual, and especially because of the type of clients that I deal with. Right, they're regular 9 to 5ers, so they're used to getting there on time or at least early. A lot of times, my clients beat me there. They'll text me 20 minutes beforehand. Oh yeah, we're outside of the house already. All right, I'm 10, 15 minutes away, right? So what I usually do is I like to break up my day into 3 different sections. Something that I've been doing recently that I learned from listening to another podcast. I want to say it was either Jacko Wilkins or something like that. One of those dudes. He breaks up his day into 3 different sections. From 6 to 9 is his personal time in the morning, his improvement and self-improvement. And then from 9 until 3 or 4, that's where he's working. And then after 6 until 9 o'clock at night, that's where he's spending like just regular time off with his family. And that's the way that I've been breaking up my day, and it's helped me a lot.
So
I like to sleep during my personal time.
So you see, this goes back to this. Where's this guy from?
I don't know. I have no idea.
My day doesn't work like that. I mean, he can never work like that.
And para eso me voy. Where is he from? Because if he's from like, one of those,
Well, he's not a real estate guy.
If he's from one, it doesn't matter. If he's from one of those cities where his coffee shop is downstairs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the mail, and his post office is down the street, and his Costco is just on the next block. That's a different story, and that's one of the reasons why I always tell people, whenever you're watching, and I'm not just talking, I pick on people that watch Real Estate Gurus, right? But I'm not just talking about Real Estate Gurus. I'm talking about just anybody you watch in general. Where is he from? Flor can't schedule herself like that. It takes her 5 hours just to get to civilization.
This is a weird example. This girl.
Yeah, I
don't think she should be. I don't think she's the standard.
Well, it's not just Flor. Okay, it's us too. Where's our office? Our office is 35 minutes away. To be fair, if we worked in our sphere like this business is set up, and you and I stayed in Spring where our office is actually. Bro, you're 5 minutes from there, and you're 5 minutes from HEB. You're literally, we could be everywhere within 10, 15 minutes. That's not true.
The whole point of this conversation is, right, it's not just a one-off. Yours is an anecdote.
Where do you get your business from?
Hold on. Most realtors are working their circle of influence, right? They're building in their area where they live, right? I know that I'm not showing a house before 4 o'clock. My people are at work. My people don't get off until 5 or 6. I know that I'm not showing houses on Mondays and Tuesdays. My people aren't viewing houses those days. I know that Friday through Sunday, booked. Those days, I can't really make a schedule because they're out looking at houses, right? But during the week, after 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, I know that I'm going to be showing, so I leave that time open for them. So there is a schedule that you can have. Now, there is some people, I understand, that might be at a different level, they deal with different clientele, who don't have regular jobs. Then yes, those people, I mean, your schedule's up to the people that you work for.
I don't agree.
So are you telling me the time management is just not important for you? People got to wait on you because now you're in a certain position, and you're telling me that you're too far to even make a schedule? Your schedule can't work that way?
We're talking past each other.
I like that. Can you define that?
Yeah.
No.
He said I went past you and I said something.
So I'm not
Eat
saying,
the plane, Nate.
I'm not saying that time management is not possible. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm saying is that you can't plan out your day.
I didn't say was it possible. I said, do you not care about time management?
No, I do. I have time management.
if you have it 9 to 5, yes, you can plan out your day.
But I'm talking about real estate here.
No.
We cannot plan out our day. I can't even plan out, my next week. Like my day literally goes like what I'm planning out today and tomorrow. Now, can I tentatively set up a closing? Yes. Can I tentatively set up a client? Yes. Can I tentatively set up a meeting? Yes. But check this out. What do you have planned for tomorrow?
What I do, my regular schedule.
Tomorrow, what do we have, Flor? Sorry.
Or quarterly
event.
meeting.
Your event, right? Quarterly meeting. When were you told about this quarterly meeting?
Monday.
Okay. So there it goes.
Whose fault is that, though?
Not mine.
It's
absolutely not mine. I did not put this thing together.
But again, this is a one-off. We're not structuring our schedule from one thing that's a one-off. It's a fallacy for entrepreneurs.
Are you fantasizing about? Are you fantasizing about?
It's not a
about time management, or you're fantasizing about schedules?
I'm gonna let you know what
schedules are impossible for us.
That is not true.
Time management.
It's a fallacy.
We can manage time.
It's a fallacy for entrepreneurs to believe that the reason because they're leaving a 9 to 5 is so they can come here, and now that they have to be working 100 hours, you're supposed to treat your entrepreneur career like a job so you can get it done properly.
Yeah.
People, the reason why they feel like they can't do everything in one day or they can't schedule is because they're doing busy work. They're not doing actual work. If you're caught up doing busy work, I got to post this today, and you're not doing the work you're supposed to be taking care of, if you just focus on the work you're supposed to be taking care of, yes, you'll get it done. Now, I do agree, if you're trying to do everything yourself, later down the road, yes.
Listen, if you want to tell an entrepreneur what it takes to be an entrepreneur just to bring your point out about
that's not what I'm doing.
That's a different story. But what I'm telling you is that time management is important, but having a schedule is nearly impossible as
that
an
is
entrepreneur.
not true. That's
and what you just said right now is true to a sense, right? Hey, you work for yourself when you're in a 9 to 5 job, right? And a lot of people do not work for themselves enough time in the day. Okay? So I do agree with that. But it really has nothing to do with time management.
Wait, hold on. Let me maybe we're
Talking
past each other,
Go for
right?
it.
Whenever you say it's impossible, That was wild.
That was wild, Vick.
You'll be
maybe your understanding of your what you're trying to explain as a schedule is not what a schedule actually means. So
Because he's never had one.
that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So break down what a schedule means to you and why it's impossible to have one. Because you're telling me
All
you
right,
can't
we
have
know-
time blocks in the day of what
we
you're
know-
supposed to
all
do.
right, you see, now you're going to another subject, time blocking.
No, that's what
That's
he
a
started
schedule,
with.
No,
he started with time blocking from 6 to 9, 9 to
If
11.
you think a schedule and time blocking are the same thing, they're not.
Do you think that it's okay at 11 o'clock I'm eat, at 11:10 I'm gonna stop eating, at 11:20 I'm gonna wipe my hands? Is that what you're talking about? Scheduling? Because yes, that's impossible. Time blocking is a schedule.
I'm talking about what a schedule. I mean, you want to look it up?
All right, what's the schedule?
You wanna
Let's
look up
say
what a
it.
schedule is?
Just say
You
it.
used it.
I
so
mean,
you-
it's a schedule, bro. You can't have
we're
a
all
schedule.
confused on your schedule. So I
On your
think you should explain it.
perspective
Yeah.
of schedule.
Maybe because, like you said, I've never had a schedule. I don't need one.
So,
But
so
you-
it's
Wait, I
not
don't think that
important.
was the- that's
So
not
it's
the
not
point.
important today, is what he's
No,
saying.
Well, that is the first
you
question
Can't, you
that-
can't schedule out your day. You just can't. It's impossible. You can't. I mean, and even time blocking is tough. And time blocking and scheduling are not the same. Now, is there something that we were talking about so that I can do some research and explain to you in the language that you could understand? I didn't do that, so I can't sit here and really explain to you what the difference is.
Hey,
But
bro, you ain't gonna
they're
be
two
yelling at
different
my
things.
boy like that out of nowhere.
Hey, your boy's
Attacking
coming at me, bro.
his
Your boy's
intellectual
coming at
side.
me.
Just because you don't know what a
Coming at me.
schedule is.
Look, your boy
Don't get
watches.
mad.
Listen. Your boy watches freaking podcast 24/7, bro, and then he
I
comes
don't
over
watch it
here
24/7.
and tries to throw these big freaking words at us, and then forbids us from using
Schedule.
it against him.
Schedule is not a big word, and if you don't know how to use it, we're getting off track, and this
Go
is
ahead,
not
go
good
back.
for the
All
audience.
right, go back.
To bring it back.
Bring it back.
We do have different perspectives, right? Nate says it's impossible to do a schedule.
It
I
is.
don't think so. I
Entrepreneur,
think
entrepreneur.
it's impossible to do a schedule if you're not focused on what you actually need to do. If you're focused on, oh, I need to go and clean the house real quick. No, that's not part of your schedule.
Yeah.
That's not part of your schedule. Why you
I-
look at me like that? You look at me crazy.
I think it's important to realize where you are in your career, and I think that's why we will continue to talk past each other on those subjects. It's like I was telling you, I've been fortunate enough to start in this business when I was hourly in this business, working as someone's assistant, and then got the opportunity to work as a commission based. As a salesperson, right? And then getting into a position where now responsible for a lot more things. So all those time management and scheduling were different at different times, right? When I was hourly, I had no choice. I had to be there at a certain time, right? I had to hold the sign at 10 a.m., right? And lie to Nate that I was there till 7 when I was at the corner store. But, nonetheless, I had to be there for those hours. So that's different. Now as an entrepreneur, you got to realize where you are in your life and adjust to that accordingly. So we have different people in different parts of their career. So I think we're all going to have a different opinion. What it means to Flor, what it means to you, what it means to me, what it means to
True.
Nate. Because I strongly believe that I can take holidays off now because of the way I plan my thing. As a matter of fact, I look down on my managers. I do look down on my managers when I tell you if you can't take a single day off because you didn't prepare, you didn't touch base with your team, and you didn't structure, and you didn't plan accordingly for one single day, and you're harassing me on that one day, then you did a poor job of planning, time management, and doing what you're supposed to do. Because when we're salespeople, we did plan for our 1 or 2 days off. We planned for our Tuesdays and Wednesdays, and we busted our butts on Saturdays, Sundays, Mondays, Fridays, every other day except our off days, right? Tuesday and Wednesdays we took off, and we enjoyed those days when we were salespeople.
Don't call me on my off day.
But when we transitioned into management or turned into management, it was a different, that's where we weren't able to get a grasp. All your salespeople are pulling you in a million directions, and you start feeling like you're losing control. But it comes from lack of preparation from your management. You're not preparing your team. You're not preparing your trainings. You're not having enough communication, so you can't turn it off because you're not doing your job. Which goes back to the busy work. So I think we all have different things to do. As long as you have your priorities and what you're supposed to do in your day-to-day job, I think it is possible to have time management.
And I think like one of the main reasons why this might not confusing, but Nate is being so anal about the actual breakdown. Bro, take it easy. The actual breakdown of if you have relax. Actual breakdown if you have, for example, right on Mondays, I call my realtors every single Monday from anywhere between 11 until 1. That's it. Make sure that I get to all of them. If I don't get to 1 and they call me at 2 or 3, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to answer the phone to check in on them, right? Mm-hmm. It's just that I have a set time where I'm going to do that work and reach out to them. So I think that's where Nate is getting so hung up on.
Define anal.
After you said the A word, I don't think we listened to
All I thought in my head was like,
you could have used particular.
yeah. Name's being dogmatic, maybe?
No, not
dogmatic.
No,
is anal?
not
Okay.
All right.
I think I get what you're saying, Jovani, but I think Vick has a point as well. We're at different points of our career. I think that a realtor does need to have time blocking, not a schedule. If he
You're going to prospect at a certain time, or you're going to lead follow up at a certain time, and that is what you're talking about.
And he can't be so anal about it, because if somebody calls you in the middle of the day and says, "Hey man, I get covered. Oh, I can't go. I'm doing my prospecting right now." No, get your butt up and go meet with that client. You know what I'm saying? So
and that has been the downfall for a lot of realtors. We see that from upper management down all the time, that they're so committed to something that they want to do to a fault, and that fault is that they're willing to oh no, I'm only available at this time. Where our success has been, and I can say, because our success has been in the ability to be there right then and there. But when can we? Well, I can meet right now. I could be there in 30 minutes.
I could be there in 30 minutes. I'll fly to California for you.
And this is why we've always been. This is why I encourage you: get dressed and be prepared. Right?
Yes.
If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
And that's super important. And I've always said that. People that don't have a job, right, or when they become a realtor, they feel like they can do whatever they want. Oh, I don't have a 9 to 5. Now I can do whatever I want. And so then here you go. It's 10 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock in the morning. They're still in bed working on the computer, time blocking or working on their schedule, right? And then somebody calls them. So now it's going to take them another hour to get presentable, another hour to get wherever they need to get. And then the next thing you know is 3 or 4. And, if it's a part-time realtor, they got to pick up their kids or they got to go and, do whatever they got to do. You know what I'm saying? And there you go. The whole day's lost. The whole day's gone.
But
I'm a full-time realtor, and I still
haven't
pick
y'all heard
up
what
my kids.
Haven't y'all heard what RK said? We
so
got a bunch of
listen.
fat kids. Let those kids walk home.
So
bro.
if you-
Hey, I saw him eating McDonald's, bro. I feel like he may be a wolf in sheep's
That's
clothing.
terrible, dude. That's true. That's true.
That's like
So-
when Tony made Bacala kill the first person. Oh no, what's his name? The chubby dude who was watching after Junior
I don't remember.
in Sopranos.
I forget his name.
But whenever Tony made him kill his first guy, that's what Trump made to RJ.
They
Made him eat a hamburger. Same thing.
He said, "Taste this, see what
Yeah.
you gonna take away for the
Yeah.
people."
Cause he was talking trash about the food on the airplane, and then right after that, they made him take that picture.
The
He said
McDonald's
that
picture.
the food on Trump's airplane was disgusting, and then like right after that,
They're like, "Oh yeah,
yeah, you gonna eat this hamburger." All the freaking seed oils, yeah.
oh man."
So back to
Where
what
we
I was
going?
saying.
Where we
dude.
going?
If you wake up in the morning,
Pick up your kids.
get dressed, be ready for that phone call, be ready for that, for whatever comes your way. You can be out of the house 20 seconds. You want to quote movies, quote the movie Heat. Don't get attached to anything you can't walk away from in less than 20 minutes. Okay?
I think it was 15 seconds, to be honest. And I haven't even seen the movie.
Okay, 15 seconds. I'll give it to you. 15
started
seconds.
with
I don't
20
think he said
seconds.
that.
You said 20 minutes.
I know.
I said
Then
20
you
minutes.
switched it to 20
I
minutes.
said 20 minutes. So
That's
be
a
re-
long time, bro. By then, the cops are going to be in your house.
Be ready to jump out of your house into your car and in the direction you need to go early in the morning. Even if you get dressed and ready and nothing happens for you, just make it a habit.
That sounds all nice and dandy, but let's actually give an actionable breakdown of what it looks like to set up a schedule, right?
I gave my opinion was you pick your outfit the night before, so you're not stressed about that. You pre-plan all the tasks that you have to do that you're going to feel comfortable. My day is a win if I accomplish X, Y, Z, and then when you wake up in the morning, that's what you attack first, right? You do your workouts, you get dressed, whatever, but you already have your outfit, you're not spending time, and then you pre-plan your tasks as far as where I'm going to go and knock those out. And then as far as setting appointments beyond that, I'm not setting a singular appointment until I'm in my truck, because we've had things pop up, business deals where I'm on the phone for an hour at the house just trying to get out, and I literally can't leave. you know? So I end up being just working from my home office. So I don't set an appointment until I'm in my car.
That's good.
And anybody who says that that's not possible for you to wake up every day and be ready, I've been doing it for many years. Very, very rarely, and only when I know for a fact that I'm not leaving that house that day will you catch me like in just leisure wear. That's the only time. But I for years get up, get dressed, and I'm sitting on the couch. I have literally sat on my couch in a full suit the whole day working on my computer. But because I know that something, somebody tentatively told me, hey, you know what, I think I'm gonna be in town, or hey, you know what, I'm ready. And I can jump up and I can be in the car and I can be anywhere in Houston in 30 minutes.
And I think the biggest takeaway from this that I would like to tell realtors is just get rid of all of the busy work. If you can put it off for 2 days, then more than likely it's not that important. Put it off for the 2 days. Get the stuff that you need to do now. Prospecting is the most important thing you should be doing every day. Get that knocked out first thing in the morning. Checking your emails, to me, that's pointless. They're not as important as you think they are. If they need to get to you, they'll call you, right? So I tell Vic all the time, I check my emails 3 times a day, 9 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, and at 6 or 7 in the afternoon. That's when I do my email checks. If they need to get in contact with me, something's burning down, they'll call me. They're not going to take the time to check your email. And there's realtors that I see, I'm checking or clearing my inbox. Bro, for what? You're wasting in like the peak time, 9 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon, you're spending clearing your inbox out or building a freaking flyer.
Man, some of that could be age, bro, because something happened to me when I turned 32. I'm out at these streets and I just be checking my email. I just be
the thing is this, honestly, the most productive that you're ever on emails, on any kind of contracts, any kind of anything, the most productive that you will ever be is before 7 in the morning and after like 6 or 7 at night. And the reason is because the rat race is done. And a lot of people don't understand this. The rat race takes a lot out of you, meaning that if you're trying to write a contract, at 9, 10 in the morning, if you're trying to write a contract at, 1, 2 in the afternoon, you're trying to check, check emails and clean your emails out and do all these things. There's so much going on at these times. You're getting phone calls from prospects. You're getting the title companies calling you. You're going to have a closing. Your manager's calling you. You have a question. All these things are going on to add to those things. So wake up a little bit earlier. Wake up early. Wake up in the morning. Check your emails. Clean your emails out, right? Whatever contracts you have that you didn't get to them, right? And then you do the same thing at night. You do that in the morning and the night. Not to say don't check your emails all day or don't do a contract if you have to during the day, but anything that can wait or anything that you cannot, that's going to take a little time out of it, do it in those times. You'd be surprised. You get a feeling of like, hey, I'm the only one awake right now doing this and everybody else is asleep. I'm ahead of the game, right? Or if it's in the afternoon, and at nighttime, you're like, hey, everybody's done. Everybody's at home watching TV, hanging with their family, and I'm knocking this out right now. So I'm being productive. And that has worked for me for almost my whole life in this industry.
I think personally, me like stepping out of the house and not seeing all the other things that I have to be doing like helps me, be more productive, work-wise, and just focus on something and just get done with that.
Yeah, I went to Flor's house this weekend, and there's a lot to do over there. And just living on a ranch, so I think
you never finish.
I think you just got to leave as soon as you wake up. You just got to go.
Bounce.
I think because of my Mexican roots, right? It was always inculcated to me, hey, buy land, buy a ranch, you can have all these things, and I've always, that was always in the back of my mind until I got into real estate, and then I started going out to these big tracts of land, and and I see the people, and you never finish.
It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody.
Yeah, it's tough. It's expensive too. I mean, it's really expensive.
Yeah, but you're saving taxes, so I feel like it's a wash.
No,
it depends.
Oh no, bro! Some of these taxes,
it depends on the amount of land that you're gonna have.
You save on taxes, but you got to keep up with the land. I mean, you're the and then man, just
you think
gas,
you're spending more than
you're
spending more than like $10,000-$12,000 a year?
Yes.
And upkeep.
And gas.
How much?
Yes, do like feed for animals, like medicine for yes, yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean,
bro.
Medicine?
Yes.
You gotta give medicine to those animals, bro.
What medicine them boys need? They better heal. Nature's healing.
Anyways. Yeah, I just
Herd immunity.
I just feel that, you know, in order for you to have a ranch, right, or to have a lot of acreage of land, you have to have a full-time crew living there and working on it, for you to be able to accomplish everything that you want, and or to make it profitable. If you have like if you have, I guess, a livestock, or if you're growing something on it, you have to have like a full-time staff, you know.
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's on everything. I mean, not like having like a full on like staff or something, but I do see now that I used to spend like a lot more time, like, you know, trying to keep up with the house and doing like all of these things. And now versus like me hiring somebody to help me out with some things at the house. I mean, I feel like the balance is there that, I mean, I'm, you know, paying like less compared to the amount of, you know, money that I'm bringing in the time frame that I'm not spending to do those chores or, you know, whatever things at the house. And I feel like that's, you know, for everybody or for any business.
I just had this conversation with one of my realtors today, and it said, what do you have? And Nate used to ask me this all the time when I was younger, and it's what do you have more of right now? Do you have more time or do you have more money?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
and then as you make more money, super important to reinvest that and buy back your time.
Yes.
You know, there's things that you
100%.
don't need. And just to be clear, you know, like me and Nate have differences in things that I like to do versus whatever. Nate's like, bro, I would just pay somebody for that.
Yeah.
But some of those things I enjoy doing, you know, and you know, really, apparently, just enjoy wasting my time because I tried it for 2 weeks and they ended up hiring somebody anyway.
Yeah.
So, but you know, I think when you just get older, you just start deciding, you know, do I really want to waste? Nah, I'm all right. You know, so I do think it's important to think about buying back your time, and I think it's super important. Something that agents should consider is how to buy back your time in your business, whether it be a virtual assistant or whether it be a transaction coordinator, or will it be somebody to handle your marketing or somebody to handle your social media. And those are all things that you can buy back. You don't have to break your mind thinking of social content creating and things like that. So all of it's important, you know, and I think that's great that you brought that up, because I do like to talk to agents about that all the time, and I don't always get the opportunity.
People always ask me like, hey, why don't you cut your own grass, or why don't you do these things? I mean, I can't even cut my grass right, you know? That's why I hire people to do it, you know? And so these are all things that cost me money. So even though I don't live in a ranch and I don't live in a humongous house, you know, we have people that come, you know, and they clean the grass, they cut the grass, they clean the house, they, you know, keep up with it. You know, anytime something's wrong with the house, I have to hire somebody to fix it. But like I said, it's time management. I will make money doing something else versus if I'm out there cutting the grass, I'm out there, I look at it hourly, you know, what am I making hourly? You know, I'm not making anything, and I'm doing a bad job because grass cutting is not or landscaping is not my thing. Yeah, so.
That's awesome, guys. Great podcast today. Great conversation. You know, you can find us here every single Thursday is when a new one gets uploaded. I am Jovani. Let everybody else exit out.
Flor Velasquez with Lionsgate Realtor. You can find me on my social medias, Flor Velasquez Realtor.
I am Victor. You can find me on Instagram at Real Presidente.
So I'm Nate Balderas, and you can find me on all my social media outlets at Better Call Nate. And I'm also sad to announce that this is one of our last podcasts. I think we're having one more next week, and this is going to be the last time we do a podcast in this room because we're moving.
Awesome announcement. Until next time.
Damn, bro, you sleep over there? What happened, man?